One of the greatest cities in the world, New York is always a whirlwind of activity, with famous sights at every turn and never enough time to see them all. Some people come here to enjoy the Broadway shows, others come specifically to shop and dine, and many come simply to see the sights, the Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, Brooklyn Bridge, Central Park, historic neighborhoods, and numerous world-famous museums. Today, we'll have a closer look at the 10 places you need to visit in New York City. Don't forget to subscribe and let's head into it. Number 10. Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge, with its Gothic-shaped arches and suspension cables, is one of the city's most recognizable landmarks and has inspired generations of poets, songwriters, and painters. This historic bridge, spanning the East River from Manhattan to Brooklyn, was completed in 1883 and was the world's first steel suspension bridge. You can see it from many of the ferries or the east side of Manhattan, but the best way to experience this icon is to take an hour and walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Number 9. High Line. An exciting and recently expanded attraction in New York City, the High Line is a former rail line that has been transformed into an urban walking trail above the city streets. This unique linear public park has been planted with a variety of plants and trees, many of which are native species. In spring, many of these come into bloom. The park is lined with glass railings in most areas, giving it a natural feel, while still offering outstanding views of the city. Number 8. Times Square. Lined with huge, brilliantly lit billboards and screens, Times Square is the place to go in New York in the evening, but still exciting at any time of day. This is the location of New York's New Year's Eve celebrations and the famous ball drop at midnight, when the square and the surrounding streets are filled with people. Number 7. Statue of Liberty. America's most iconic sight, the Statue of Liberty is at the top of every first-time visitor's list of things to do in New York. It was France's gift to America. Built in 1886, it remains a world symbol of freedom and is one of the top attractions in America. It is one of the world's largest statues, standing just under 152 feet tall from the base to the torch, and weighing approximately 450,000 pounds. You can see the statue from land, but with particularly good views from Battery Park on the southern tip of Manhattan. However, to truly appreciate the Statue of Liberty, the best thing to do is take a short boat trip to Liberty Island and see it up close. Number 6. 9/11 Memorial. The World Trade Center's twin 110-story towers once dominated the Manhattan skyline, but were destroyed by suicide-piloted jetliners on September 11, 2001, with a tragic loss of life. Where the two towers of the World Trade Center once stood, now stand two square reflecting pools, each 1 acre in size. Known as the National September 11th Memorial, the area is a moving tribute to the almost 3,000 people killed as a result of the attacks on September 11th, 2001, and also the 6 people killed in the earlier World Trade Center bombing in February 1993. Number 5. Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is one of New York's most famous landmark buildings and key tourist attractions. The 381-meter tall, 102-story building was the tallest in the world until the first World Trade Center tower rose higher 41 years later. There are actually 2 observatories atop the Empire State Building, but both offer astounding views. On clear days, you can see up to 80 miles, looking into the neighboring states of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, or the Met as it's commonly known, was founded in 1870 and is one of the most famous museums in the United States. The permanent collection of the Met contains more than 2 million works of art, spanning a period of 5,000 years. Although the museum has 3 sites, the centerpiece is the Met Fifth Avenue. Highlights of the collection include American decorative arts, arms and armor, costumes, Egyptian art, musical instruments, photographs, and much more. Number 3. Rockefeller Center. When it comes to New York attractions, Rockefeller Center is on almost all tourists' itineraries. This vast entertainment and shopping complex in the middle of Manhattan is home to NBC TV and other media. But the centerpiece is the 70-story 30 Rockefeller Plaza, an Art Deco skyscraper that offers awesome views over Manhattan from the famous Top of the Rock observation deck. Number 2. Broadway. Attending a Broadway show is one of the top things to do in New York City. Considered the pinnacle of American theater, this is the place to see the latest shows and the long-running classics. Broadway usually refers simply to Broadway Theater, which encompasses a large number of theater venues in the theater district and along the street of Broadway. For the most popular shows, tickets should be purchased well in advance. Number 1. Central Park. A walk, pedal, or carriage ride through the crisscrossing pathways of Central Park is a must-do on anyone's New York City itinerary. In winter, you can even lace up your skates and glide across the Wollman Rink. This huge park in the city center, a half-mile wide and 2.5 miles long, is one of the things that makes New York such a beautiful and livable city. If you enjoyed getting to know the beautiful places in New York City, share this video with your friends and hit the like and subscribe button.